I teach community college English and I am down to 8 students. We started with 28, and I know what you're thinking. I must be a terrible teacher. I've talked to a lot of colleagues and I'm like, hey, how are your classes? And they're like, oh man, shrinking. Students are just like not really coming to class. They're signing up and they come for a few days and they just kind of stop coming. And this week, I had an assignment worth 50 points, and it was an annotated bibliography, but I only required 2 sources. It required finding those sources, citing those sources, which is literally just a button if you use the databases in the library. And you just had to pull a quote, write a quick summary. Out of the 8 students left, 1 student, and they had a whole week, 1 student. And I asked that student today in class, I was like, so how long did that take you? She said, about 15 minutes. And I said, 15 minutes. And when I asked the other students, I'm like, hey, how come you didn't do it? They're like, oh, I have time, I have time. I say, you didn't have 15 minutes? You've taken dumps longer than that, bro. I know you have 15 minutes. And I was like, let me look at your screen time. So I'm just curious, like, what's in the water? Like, what's going on? COVID really wrecked a lot of education. I'm not sure all of those students have like come back. I think the world is changing, college is changing. There just seems to be this like general like apathy and like whatever. And I know students are more depressed than ever. And so I don't come down hard on them. I just said I ain't writing any of you people letter recommendations. Now I was polite. I say, hey, turn it in. I'll give you late credit. Just get the work in. I'm maybe too relaxed, but I don't think like doing that helps either. So I'm at a loss. I'm just gonna kind of teach my classes, and whoever steps up and wants to learn will get the best education. And ultimately, I tell students, it's up to you, man. Graduating from college doesn't guarantee you anything. It is just a ticket into potential job or interview, but you still got to get that job. And if you're not a reliable person who can complete their tasks, I don't know if there's many jobs you're going to get. I'd love to hear your point of view. If there's young people out there in college who aren't doing their work and are brave enough, I'd like to share with my colleagues what I've learned. I think many faculty are just looking at their shrinking classes like, dude, where are these students going?